Hi. I'm sure you've heard the phrase think outside the box. Maybe someone has said it to you or you've said it to someone. And for me it's been coming up a lot, and I keep questioning really what is the box, and who creates it, and how do I get out of it? And how do I identify anytime I'm in a box? Because I believe that it's more than one box, because we have different aspects of our lives that we're constantly balancing, whether it's occupational, environmental, social, relationships, intellectual, all of that, all of those aspects of ourselves we're always balancing. So we've been taught different beliefs and different values for each aspect of our lives. So for me, anytime I'm in a box, it feels like a limitation. It feels like, in a certain aspect of my life, I'm not where I want to be. And that's when I start to look within and ask, well, how come? So, and that's where I find the boxes. So boxes are that programming that we come across through childhood. And then really in adulthood is really, I find that you can start to really identify the boxes and bring them to awareness. Bring them to awareness, because once they're brought up to awareness, then the change happens. The transformation happens. You want to change them because you realize that those boxes are what are closing you in to get to where you want to be in whatever aspect of life you're working on. So for me, the boxes are really, they're nice because they're comfortable. And as a human being, we like comfort, we like security, predictability, the least amount of resistance, easy, familiar, all of that, as human beings are attracted to that. So the boxes, the limitations that we create keep us safe from change and from fear. We can get stuck in that fear where we're afraid of rejection, we're afraid of success sometimes, and we're afraid of growth. So that box, whatever limitation we're living in, whatever justification we keep repeating, for why we're not where we want to be, is what keeps us comfortable and keeps us safe. So it feels okay. It isn't until really, you get to those compelling moments where, one realizes like, man, I need to change this aspect of my life because I'm not happy. And it's really felt. There can, feelings of emptiness, of not being satisfied. And that's really how you can tell that there's something that you got to look at within so that you can surpass it, right? It's a box. And even when you think of the shape of a box, it's square. It limits the space. It doesn't allow things to expand. So thinking outside the box, yes, it requires an open mind, getting to know yourself. Once you start to go in that inner journey, really observing the thoughts, the words, the emotions, the behaviors. Behaviors are usually the last thing that we see, and that's the effect, right? So whatever behaviors we're conducting is really all an example of what our mind is constructing. So being aware of that. And what are the patterns? What do you typically do in different situations of your life that keep you in the box, that keep you safe, that don't allow you to get out of your comfort zone? So another thing to look at are our beliefs and values. What were we taught in regards to all those aspects? So any family, health, occupational, spiritual, relationship-wise, all those aspects we're always looking to balance. So what were we taught? What do we value in each of those aspects? And are those beliefs in line with where we want to be? And if they're not, then how can we change them, or how can you change them? And how are the beliefs serving you? If they're serving you in a positive way and you are where you are, then cool. And life is a process, so there's always an aspect that we're working on. There's always an aspect where there's extra focus, perhaps because we're going through that process. So focus on that, and really understand that it gets to a point, like, yes, in our childhood we're programmed with our beliefs and our values and these boxes, yet in adulthood, we get to decide. We get to decide what boxes we want to keep. What limitations do we really want to stay with? And that requires awareness. It requires being aware that we have created a box in the first place. And then when that awareness is there, that's when change can come in. And once you understand that you're a co-creator of that box, then really you change your perspective on that box, and it dissolves. There is no box, because the consciousness is expanded, because you got to think outside of it. Therefore, you're not in it. It doesn't exist. So that's really, what keeps coming up for me in terms of thinking outside the box. Really identify it, be aware of them, and look at the limitations, any negative emotions. Be aware of your thought, your patterns. Understand that you're a co-creator. Your thoughts, your intentions, all of that create your reality. So what reality are you creating? And you'll find your answer there. You'll find it in your actions. You'll find it in your results. So be at cause. Know that you're a co-creator once again. And really be boxless. Goodbye.